Good, happy Sunday afternoon. It is Sunday, June 6th, 2021. And welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's begin right now. First step, New Hampshire Senate approves more DCYF case workers, but hiring still difficult. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Their reviews, our reviews.
I'm so happy.
Find out what we're all about at adamvroofing.com.
A last-minute change made to the budget by the state Senate will allow the Division for Children, Youth, and Families, or DCYF, to hire 10 additional Child Protective Service workers, with an option to add 12 more if it can recruit the necessary workforce. Until the amendment passed with unanimous support, all of those extra positions were not funded, prompting criticism from the state's child advocate that DCYF reform efforts could be put at risk.
We have added a significant number of staff positions, but they're not easy to fill. And there are 37 positions right now that are vacant.
Democrats back the change and contend it's still not enough.
Child protection has been a bipartisan issue, no question about it. But the department and the governor have not worked as diligently to prioritize filling these positions.
Amid this back and forth, New Hampshire's child advocate says caseloads for Child Protective Service workers are on the rise.
We actually got down to, in some district offices down to 14. The standard is 12. In others where it's a little problematic hiring, they were, hovering around 20 or so, but still caseworkers were saying we really finally start to feel like we can do our work. Now we're seeing up to 40 in some places.
Whether this trend can be reversed will depend on DCYF's ability to hire. While salaries that are less competitive than neighboring states are part of the hang-up, the child advocate says potential recruits want to be sure the state is committed to reform so they don't find themselves with untenable caseloads in the future.
There's a natural turnover in this kind of work. It's very difficult. It's traumatizing. People don't appreciate you. And when something goes wrong, you get blamed.
Adam Sexton, WMUR, News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Senator Tom Cotton plans to return to New Hampshire in mid-July for at least 2 events. Pence, I'll likely never see eye to eye with Trump on January 6th. Pence was the keynote speaker at the Hillsborough County Republican Committee's Lincoln Reagan dinner. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
You know Riverwoods, where active, independent adults find community, purpose, and peace of mind. Now Riverwoods is in Manchester. Find the same lifestyle right here at Riverwoods Manchester. rwmanchester.org.
Former Vice President Mike Pence returned to the Grand Estate today for the first time since campaigning for the 2020 general election. Mr. Pence was the keynote speaker at the Hillsborough County Republican Committee's Lincoln Reagan dinner. The former VP touting the Trump administration's efforts on the pandemic and border security. He also addressed the Capitol riots.
President Trump and I have spoken many times since we left office. And I don't know if we'll ever see eye to eye on that day. But I will always be proud of what we accomplished for the American people over the last 4 years.
Pence also lauded the accomplishments of Governor Sununu during the pandemic.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sununu says he won't veto budget over abortion. Amendment would ban abortion after 24 weeks. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Abortion restrictions. I'm not looking to make any changes on that. I'm a pro-choice governor.
That was Governor Chris Sununu in a Facebook Live before the 2020 election. Now he is defending his decision not to veto the proposed state budget over language that bans abortion after 24 weeks of pregnancy.
I haven't changed my position one bit. I'm pro-choice, and like many pro-choice citizens, I've always supported common sense reforms to limit abortions in months 7, 8, and 9.
Sununu is in line with pro-life senators on this, who say New Hampshire should join the majority of other states that restrict late-term abortions.
But understand that 43 other states, including liberal states of Massachusetts and New York, already have similar provisions. So, this is not anyone claiming that this is some radical restriction. That's just partisan politics.
But Planned Parenthood says the procedure in the 3rd trimester is almost always caused by a catastrophic health event for the mother or the fetus. And they say the ban is dangerous because it opens doctors to felony charges if they perform the procedure after 24 weeks.
It has a serious chilling effect on providers in New Hampshire because it's criminalizing them with up to 7.5 years in prison for doing their job and for helping families.
This isn't an issue that you can just, at whim decide how you're going to be. Either you support the rights of individuals to make choices about their own health care or you don't. It's that fundamental.
While the ban includes exceptions for the health of the mother, it has no exceptions for rape, incest, or a fatal fetal diagnosis. The budget and its accompanying policy bill now go back to the House, which passed its own version last.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Senate GOP majority passes $13 billion budget, including measures addressing critical race theory, abortion restrictions, new education freedom accounts program, also part of the Republicans' sweeping budget spending policy plan. House rejects Bruce's right to work bill on a key roll call of 199 to 175. A close vote had been expected, but those predictions were wrong. And that does it for this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. Thank you for joining us for this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Goodbye, everyone.